Atlanta. Ken Griffey Jr. ready to defend his home run crown.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
The number 44 of Hank Aaron proudly displayed.
From one Brave to another, hometown hero Chipper Jones rocking a fat, consistent bat. 98, he had 21 homers at the break. 99, 21. This year, 22. That one was tight. He had 2 home runs in round 1, but would not advance.
Boston's Carl Everett had never homered in 51 career at-bats at Turner Field, and he's simply not scared to hide 6 homers for Carl in round 1. He would advance. And Nomar, his teammate, of course, is a huge fan. What about Sammy Sosa? As you know, he's never won a league home run title, but Sammy, Sammy. Just 1 homer last year in round 1. He had 6 in round 1 this year. And Sammy Sosa would advance on the strength of that 496-foot shot. One of the walking wounded, Barry Bonds, watching. 28 homers for Bonds this year.
AL home run leader Carlos Delgado was straight ripping stuff up. 5 jacks in round 1. Delgado would advance. David Wells, I don't think he'd be 15-2 at the break if he had to face Delgado. Defending champ Ken Griffey Jr. First pitch he sees off the meat rack. 60th career jack in the home run derby for Jr. White Sox pitcher James Baldwin, you got to see it to believe it. Jr. not finished. 28 jacks at the break. Booyah! He hit 5 in round 1. Jr. would advance. Barry Bonds and Carl Everett like, although he did, oh my goodness.
Round 2, Sammy Sosa. He had 66 and 98. Out of the island and into the highway. This one, upper deck shot for a home run. You know, Sosa was just getting warmed up. So money, and he doesn't even know it. Another one into the upper deck for slamming Sammy. Even Sosa himself had to admire his own woodwork. Fellow All-Stars cheering him on, and no, Sosa wasn't finished, not at all. 23 homers for him this year at the break, 486 feet away. He also hit one 488 and 496. Carl Everett, one of the 50,000 plus, giving a standing O. Sammy, 11 homers in round 2. Fans were motivated. Ernie Banks enjoying it.
Carlos Delgado only hit 1 homer in round 2, waving goodbye to his chances. Could Ken Griffey Jr. tied with Delgado at 1? Peace. That crank put Jr. in the final. Sosa against Griffey. Sosa's out-homered Jr. 2-1 in 6 regular season games. It is on in the finals. Let's hit it.
Hacer erupción el estadio Turner Field. Sosa a lo profundo.
I think that's what Griffey was thinking right there. Sosa now up 7-2 in the final round. Just smashes this. Sammy, 9 homers in the final round, averaged 465 feet. Yeah, he's a long driver. Kansas City's Jermaine Dye. Sammy even cracks a smile. And yeah, the fans love it. Sammy says the fans motivated him, kept him going, and he still wasn't done. That one, 508 feet, next level. He had 2 508-foot shots. Griffey watching, happy fan as a souvenir. Yes, Sammy's still smiling. Congratulations, Sammy Sosa. You're the new home run king.
Sosa thanked his pitcher, Chino Cartagena, the Atlanta.
Andres Galarraga, second player in the history to make the All-Star team after missing the entire previous season due to injury or illness. Randy Johnson was on it. Just asked first-time All-Star Jason Giambi. The unit, 8 pitches, 7 for strikes. Bottom of the first, 1 on 2 outs. Home run derby champ Sammy Sosa. Oh, well, against David Wells. Wells is in 15-2 for nothing, you know. Meanwhile, Wells getting Jason Kendall looking. Another nasty curve. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 Ks, 0 earned runs for David. Top of the 3, no outs. Mike Bordick ripping that pitch deep. Jim Edmonds says don't even go there. Take another look just in case he stepped out for a beverage. Jim Edmonds, one of the best pickups the Cardinals had in the offseason. Even he was shocked with a catch. How do I know? Because he had the same reaction you did. Wow. Bottom 3, AL up 1-0. Did I say the American League was up 1-0? Not anymore. Chipper Jones, so money, and he doesn't even know it. The 3rd player in the last 28 years to homer in his home park in an All-Star game. Hank Aaron did it in '72. Sandy Alomar in '97. Cameras catching all the action. Braves players had 5 of the NL's 9 hits in this game. Chipper had 3 of the 9. Top 4 bases full for the AL, Derek Jeter. Jeter also 3 for 3 in this game. Jermaine Dye, Travis Fryman coming to score. 2 RBI for Jeter. American League up 3-1. Bottom 5, 1 on, nobody out. Jason Isringhausen getting Barry Larkin a pop-up. Pudge Rodriguez. He hasn't won 8 straight Gold Gloves for nothing. Here's an example. The most complete catcher in baseball, Pudge Rodriguez. Still in the 5th, 2 on, 1 out. After a chipper single, his teammate Andrew Jones rips the Izzy pitch. Good enough to bring on in Gary Sheffield. So now the NL cuts the lead to 3-2. Moving on to the top of the 8th, nobody out, bases empty. Fred McGriff pops up the pitch by Bob Wickman. Jeff Cirillo, the former Brewer, giving chase and foul ground, reaches back and makes a great play. Top 9, nobody out, runners on the corners. Matt Lawton, the forgotten yet superstar Minnesota Twin, finds the hole off of Trevor Hoffman. Hoffman was a mess. He allowed 3 earned runs in 1 inning. The AL beat the Nationals 6-3. The story, Derek Jeter with his parents in the stands. Jeter, who would not have started this game if A-Rod was healthy, ends up being the first New York Yankee to win MVP honors in an All-Star game. The AL has won 10 of the last 13 All-Star games.
To get, you have to give. I don't know if that's Aristotle, Socrates, or those street philosophers, Pookie and them, but hey, if you're trying to three-peat and you're pitching a suspect and you could get the best starter on a team that was supposed to contend but isn't, then you have to get him. But you got to sacrifice. Yankees trade 4 minor league prospects to the Reds, including Michigan quarterback / Norwich third baseman Drew Henson, and get a pitcher who's 8-2, Denny Nagel. Nagel got his 8-2 record in 18 starts this year and is cruising with a 3.52 ERA. Reds GM says 7 teams were interested in Nagel, who becomes a free agent after this season. Henson, who's hitting .287 for AA Norwich, hasn't decided yet whether to try big league ball or pursue a career in the NFL. Here's how the entire deal works. Nagel and outfielder Mike Frank to the Yankees. For Henson, outfielder Jackson Melian and pitchers Brian Reith and Ed Yarnell. Frank played in 25 games in the show for the Reds in 1998, hitting .225. He's been in AAA since. Melian's hitting .252 this year at Norwich. Reith went 9-4 for single-A Tampa. Yarnell generated a 15 ERA. Ouch, in 2 appearances for the Yankees this season.
Well, when we found out that Denny Nagel wanted to test free agency and was not going to sign with us between now and then, we felt it was in the best long-term interest of the Reds to make the best possible deal we could. So we got more than just the 2 draft picks we would get if he became a free agent. We didn't sign him. And we feel very comfortable with the 4 players we're getting back. All 4 of them we think are top prospects, and we think we made the best move long-term for the Reds that we could. No question that there's that risk involved in him, and that's why it was important for us to get the other 3 players in the deal. But in Drew Henson, you have high reward, high risk, and that's the way it is. If Drew decides to play baseball at some point down the road, we think we have a potential star-type player. And we really like Drew, and we like his makeup, and he's a complete player, and we're hoping at some point that he decides to play baseball full-time.
Did somebody mention that the Yankees were struggling from the pitching spot? Come on. With Nagel, they now have the only current rotation where all 5 starters have a win percentage of at least .600 over the last 5 seasons. And Nagel, the best win percentage and 2nd best ERA of the bunch.
AAA All-Star Game, Pacific Coast League versus the Internationals. Chris Donnells rounds it to second. Marlon Anderson, the good play, the good hose across. Anderson played in '99 with the Phillies. The umpire, Rob Cook, hamming it up for the fans. He has it taking place.
I've never seen an ump do that, and I don't think I want to again.
Look at him. Same ump who threw out Bobby Valentine, that Chuck Knobloch situation. He wasn't in as good a mood then. Scoreless in the 4th, Pacific Coast League's Luis Raven against Tomokazu Oka. The base hit, scores a run. Raven won the home run derby on Tuesday night. We're in the 6th, Pacific League up 2-0. Joe Vitiello against Damian Moss. Down the line, Ryan McGuire. Obviously did not rent the Tom Amansky defensive drills video. It's endorsed by Fred McGriff. Vitiello 3 for 3. Homer short of the cycle. Next batter, Phil Hyatt. Goes to the right side. Someone should get it. Newbie! No one got it. Vitiello scores. Pacific Coast League up 3-0. Chris Richard, the grounder to short. Alfonso Soriano can't handle it. Then dorks it when throwing back to the pitcher. 2 errors on 1 play. 7th inning stretch, paying tribute to the late great Harry Carey. Pacific Coast League going well. 8th inning, Billy Taylor against Adam Everett. Down the line, Phil Hyatt comes to score. Chris Richard will score. Pacific Coast League up 6-0.
He ate him.
He certainly did. I don't think we had to show that. Pacific Coast League winning it by a count of.
Facing A's prospect Jason Hart. The ball comes back in McConnell. He can't field it cleanly. He'll need to work on that to move up. But he's got no shame, though, on his knees for the out. McConnell allowed no hits in 1 inning. Top 4 NL affiliates up 1-zip. Cardinals prospect Bill Ortega up the middle. Blue Jays prospect Mike Young, player hating. Young also one of 8 hits for the AL. Top 5, Rockies prospect Juan Pierre up with 1 on, drops a Texas Leagues. Why can't we call it like a, I don't know, a Florida League bloop or something? Elvis Pena scores, beats the throw home. Pena also was off the hook with his bat, 3 for 3. Bottom 5, Hart at the plate. Runner at second. Hart grounds to Elvis Pena at short. Pena bobbles it, gets control, throws to third. Joe Creed is picked off at third right in front of his own manager who's working third base, Nick Capra. Bottom 6, booyah! This isn't Stoney Jackson, the old actor who had the Jerry curl. It's Stoney Briggs, who has 9 home runs this year. That's a 3-run shot. That made it 4-2 AL. But then Tony DeRosso.
Lord said you got to rise up.
He has 13 home runs this year when he's not an All-Star. That was 1 when he is an All-Star. AL affiliates win this one